Hi all, Derek here again. Not at my usual setup today, as you can see. I'm just sat on the sofa, but I'm on my laptop, and I'm very excited to announce that ZED have made some tournaments for us all, and they're looking pretty hot with the prize money. I mean, I come from a different virtual horse racing game. We've never had, you know, $40,000 would be a season worth of money, let alone 2 weeks. So this to me is amazing. So what I thought I'd do is I'll go through this with you guys and we'll see what's good. So anyway, what I've done is I've just quickly basically gone through this document, but we can see there's 300,000 to be won. There's actually, looking at my spreadsheet here, there's actually more than that. There's actually a total of $316,000 to be won. So that's really good. That's why it says the plus, I think, somewhere on another page, say over 300,000. It started on the 15th of October and it will run over 2 weeks. So in this 2 weeks' time, basically you've got 30 races you're going to run in, and it will take your percentage that you've finished in the top three. So if you finish in the top three 100% of the time, you're pretty much guaranteed to go through. If you only finish in the top three 1% of the time, then you're not going through in those 30 races. But we carry on a little bit down here. As you can see, it's free for everyone to enter, so everyone that's got a horse can enter this. So, even if you might not have a good horse, I think it might be worth just going for it anyway, because you just never know. Because if you can get into the quarterfinals, this is where the big money comes into play. As you can see here, the race horse must complete in a minimum of 30 races across 2 week qualifying period. These 30 races must correspond to the distance funnel. So basically, you have to pick your sprinter, your mid runner, or your marathon runner. What I would say is, obviously, because it's based on the percentage you finish in the top three, what you want to try and do is probably keep to 30 races. You don't want to really be. The more you run, the more chance probably your percentage win will go down. A bit like when you first buy a new horse, you can win, like, say, 2 out of the first 10 races and have a good win rate, but then all of a sudden, you run 100 races, that win rate just tends to come down. You're talking, what's the best horses on the game winning? Something like 20%, is it? So, the way you plan it, there's going to be a hell of a lot of sandbagging. I think that class 5 is probably about to become the new class 1, but we're talking, this is a lot of money to be won here. So I'm not surprised, and I shall definitely be doing it with my horses, or my horse that I'm going to try and enter. As we just go down, as you can see, all race events will count towards qualification. 3 races will no longer have the prize pool. So all the money in the 3 races currently, the $20,000 a day, will be taken away while this tournament goes on. So for 2 weeks, you won't have any money in 3 races, which again I think is a good thing, because I mean, I've tried for about 6 hours now to get into 3 races, and I think I've got into about 5 of them. So I think the whole 3 race thing's a bit poor and rubbish. So I think putting it into a tournament is really great, because it'll, be some very good excitement. Okay, so now we're going to get to the point where explaining how it actually happens. So obviously, any amount of horses can enter this competition. So there's going to be thousands that enter, and it's the top 576 racehorses that are going to go through to the quarterfinals. Now, obviously, the big stables are definitely going to have, just the horses that can finish in the top 3 more than often. But on the other hand, they're all going to be competing against each other as well, unless they can down class. So, if you've got any sort of horse that's got a high win rating or high place rating, you may be able to sneak into this top 75. But what's really interesting is if you can make the quarterfinals, you're going to be surprised on how much money it is. So I'm just going to scroll down here to see if it says anything else. Okay, so as you can see, here's the qualifying period. So qualifying round is from the 15th of October to the 30th. Quarterfinals are on the 30th of October. Semi-finals the 30th of October. The finals the 30th of October, and the grand final on the 31st. So that's just going to break down the prize money and then go on to, here's an example of the prize money, but I'm going to go on to something a bit better than that. So the grand final, we'll get into that in a minute, but I'll open this and explain what's going to happen. So the top, was it 576 horses, whatever it was? So the top 576 horses are going to get into these quarterfinals. And in the quarterfinals, if we find the prize money, which I think may have been on the other page. Is it on this page as well? No. Okay. So the prize money's here. Right, quarterfinals. 576 participants, 48 races, $3,000 per race. So if we go to my little spreadsheet I've made here, so $3,000, 48 races, it's $144,000. First place gets 60%, second place gets 25%, third place gets 15%. That is some serious money over 48 races. This is, is it even worth maybe going in the open market right now and just finding that decent U-shaped horse? Because even if you can place in one of these, or win one, even place in one, you're talking serious money. And obviously if you do well and then you get into the semi-finals, you're talking $72,000 because it's 6,000 over 12 races, so 6,000 per race. I'll just show that. So semi-finals, 12 races, 144, 6,000 per race. So 6,000 times 12 races, 72,000. Double the prize money for first, double the prize money for second, double the prize money for third. And then the semi-finals, obviously it goes up a little bit more. First place 12,000, second place 5,000, third place 3,000, but there's not many races. There's only 3 races. And then the grand final, which is where it gets a little interesting, I think. So there's only one race at the grand final, and it's 40,000 prize pool. But as you see here, the grand final will consist of 6 races in a round-robin format where the racehorse with the most points will be crowned the tournament champion. Now, this is where I think you need a real versatile horse to actually win this championship. Because if we go back to here, where I was just looking, unless I'm reading this wrong, which if I am, please correct me in the comments, but what it looks like is all the horses here, in each sprinters, mid-runners, and the stayers, they all end up in the same group at the end, and those 6 races at the end are basically going to be, it'll be 1,000, 1,200, something like 2,000 to 2, is it? And then, it'd be 1,800 to 2, sorry, and then it'd be 2,224 probably for the stayers. And actually just say that sprinters 1,200, mid runners 1,800, marathons 2,400. So maybe that's the main distances. But yeah, so you'll be racing in over 6 races, which was what we just read here, I'm assuming, because it does say it's only one race. So that's going to be very interesting. Like the all-round best horse is going to probably end up winning this tournament, and it's not just winning it; it's the amount of money they're going to make towards it. Like they're just going to win the quarterfinals, the semi-finals. It's just going to be absolutely crazy amount of money these people are going to win over a very short period of time. There's $300,000 there, and one of the top horses. Sorry about that, my phone's ringing. I'll bring that person back in a minute. Yeah, so as you can see, it's just going to be immense. But this is, as you can tell from my voice, very exciting stuff. I mean, I've got no chance in this tournament, but I'm going to give it a go. If I can make the quarters, I'll be well happy. But I've only got one horse potentially that could probably do that, and I'm sure everyone else has good horses as well, and it's going to be very competitive to actually do this. But I'm going to try my best, and hopefully I'll do well. But anyway, that's basically it. Hope you like this. I tried to get out as quickly as possible. I've now rambled on a little bit, but yeah, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe if you want. That'd be great, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks. Bye bye.